no sub. Get on the mic just to see what's up. Free in life, but free enough. With the least of some lights in the leaky tub. I got a bug in me, swollen nose. Cut that out once I know the codes. Trust my route just as it goes. It's an S-curve throw, not a frozen rope. And I don't need a map, so I folded and buried it. Under the boulder I blew while I carried it. I want it new, not the news it is parroted. Tell me your story, don't impose your narrative. Pardon and partisan, won't harden my heart again. It's fun just to start again. Arching my boundary, letting the party in. You are my tribe, so do what you like. Yeah, you are my tribe, so you can come in, but your friends stay outside. Cold on the brink, don't know what I know, I just know what I think. Holding my ground, whole lot of strength. What's holding on if it's all gonna sink? Yeah, this and that. Quid pro quo or tit for tat. Admiral Akbar, it's a trap. You stay blind while I watch your back. Nah. Big syndicates want a total commit, I can't stay. I hop in the mix and I spindle and fix with the tone and the stitch of the day. Hey, I'm not just saying I'll flake when it's shaking, I'm saying I learn from mistakes. Play older and bolder and towing no lines. Surrounded by kids who are hardly refined. I know where it's going and I go where it's mine. I'm rolling my shoulders to open my mind. You are my tribe, so do what you like. Yeah, you are my tribe, so you can come in and your friends are alright.
Every day that they see me, they like, what's up, dude? I tell them not much, but we know it's not true. Got a to-do list that every day I gotta run through. I don't want to small talk, better let it work out for me. I don't tell nobody about my secrets. Keep it to myself, cause nowadays I wanna leak it. I don't even share it with my family as of recent. Not
I miss y'all.
I would rather let them see it for themselves. I got insecurities, I don't wear them on my sleeve, so you know I gotta keep them on the shelf.
What is up, Blazing fam? How y'all doing? I was told I'm never allowed to leave that long again. They were probably just being nice, but listen, it feels good to be missed. But oh, my camera's already not working. See? Not the way to start. Listen, but I missed you guys more than you missed me. I promise that. I was going to take stuff. I'm glad I didn't because it's been so jam-packed. Let me see if I can get this fixed up here. Everything worked fine. We were good to go. And sure as shit, as soon as I go live, I double-checked it and everything. 1 second here. Yeah, there we got it. I thought we did. All right. This is the way we wanted to start, right? So listen, I have so much to talk to you guys about the card show. And Jamie, I got to tell you, I got to take back some of the things that I said about card shows and not taking stuff because I'm going to just get ripping right away and we're going to get to talking. Get your downtown guesses in. Seriously, get them in because I will give away just like this camera. We're going to switch it out. I haven't touched my computer, honestly, aside from checking a break list. I haven't touched my computer at all. I've been sorting all day. I want to get shipping out to you guys first thing tomorrow morning. Everything's packaged up. This will not go in the ship. There's only two things that didn't go into the ship. The big baseball break. So I apologize that didn't make it in because I had help today and I wanted to make sure I got as much out as possible. So the big baseball break did not go. And then this. Everything else will be in the ship for tomorrow. Appreciate you guys being patient for that. But Jamie, I was wrong, man. I would say take your stuff to card shows, but I would take stuff that you know they're gonna want, and I'm talking big names, and then I would know what you want for the whole collection. I can't tell you how many dealers were at this show, and if a guy walked by with like a good case, so that's the other key. It was like if you had one of those, what are they called? Chris, you know what they're called. A lot of you guys do, I'm sure, but Chris tried showing us how to make one for fairly cheap and inexpensive. But like one of those, what are they, like Zion cases or something? Almost every time I was walking by a stand, if I was looking, at least once the dealer said, "Hey, are you selling?" And they would say these to guys just walking by, like attendees walking by. "Hey, are you selling?" And remember, we don't do vet base. We do everything but the vet base. Oh, did you see that? And they'll definitely trade you. They'll definitely trade. They won't let you just trade shit you don't want. But if they want something and you want something off of theirs, oftentimes they will. But they're looking to buy. It seems like dealers are really looking to add their inventory. And I wouldn't blame them, especially with the prices that they're asking. Aaron Rodgers is going to be our Donruss threads. There we go. My problem with the show, the most frustrating part of the show, and I'm going to try to keep my thoughts organized here tonight because I have a lot I want to share with you. But to me, the most frustrating part were the sticker shock of prices. So I'm not great at pricing cards as it is, but I will say that there's a Desmond Ritter. That's a canvas. I did a lot of comping. Plus, how many of you guys use the Alt app? I learned about the Alt app. I've never used it. It only works for graded cards. But essentially, you just take a picture of any graded card. It will show you the last few sales, like its current value, its trend line. Dude, it's crazy. I didn't use it a lot, but I was with somebody there that was using it, and he was using it to like look up some cards I was curious about. Skylar Thompson, David Bell, and Sky Moore, the rookies. And yeah, it was kind of nuts. Oh, that goes to press proof. To see the price differential, I didn't find a single card, and that, I'll get in that in a minute. If there were price tags on the card, I didn't see a single card that was priced at or below comps. Every single card I looked up was above comps. Now, I'll say this. I kind of get it. Because, do you know what? Take a guess. Does anyone know what a table costs there? I don't know if I said it in chat or not. Anybody know what a table costs there? Now, it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday show, so you get it for the day, the 3 days. Yes, Wes, people would. I'm going to get to that shortly. And it took me a while to kind of get comfortable with that. You're close, Wes. You're close. It was $600. Now, I don't know if that was just one table or if it was multiple tables, but it was, my understanding was $600 per table or per spot. You may have gotten like 3 tables with that. I don't know, for your area. And each dealer had a good section. They did. It looked like they got 3 tables for that. So, but I think you had to buy the whole section. You probably could have split it with a buddy or something like that if you wanted to. I'm sure there was guys who did that. But, I mean, think about this. They have to make $600, not just sell $600 in cards, but they have to profit $600, and then they're at their break-even point. There was not a lot of wax for sale either. So it was singles, you know. There were guys who had it. Pierre Strong, Evan Neal, and there's a Pierre Strong as well. But I'll tell you what, you go to a show like that, the problem was the Mint was going on at the same time in Vegas where Jamie was at. That was the big show, Jamie. That's where there were no corporate sponsors at this one. Although there were a lot of players like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Randy Moss, Irvin, Emmitt Smith. There were a ton of players there. But I didn't get to see any of them. My buddy got a few pictures of them. They were charging quite a bit for pictures, even more for autographs. There's a Matt Corral, Russell Wilson press proof, and Eric Weddle. How were the singles, Jamie? Jamie, share with us a little bit about your experience. Did you happen to find good single prices there? Algier, Malone, and Debo. I will say this, like, I had my eye on a few, and I probably should have tried to negotiate, but they were so far above comps. That was my frustration, that I didn't even want to haggle, because I felt like if they were like, yeah, I'll come down $50, I'm like, but you're still above or at comps. Like, I'm trying to find, some good deals here. Sauce and Fedarius Mathis. So there's a lot of shows going on at once, and I think that definitely does water down Horn, Fouts, and there's a Walker and Breece Hall. And a Travis Kelce throwback there. Well, we didn't get downtown as quick as we did last time, did we? But I'm hoping there's one in here. That's our goal. If you didn't already, get in your downtown guesses. We're doing downtown guesses for this one. Some people already got it in. Remember, 1 guess per person, only 1 winner. No repeat guesses. So I am almost felt like a hypocrite at the show because I got very... I don't price my cards because cards constantly change. And that could have been the situation here with a lot of these guys that had prices on their cards. But it was very hard for me because of time and how busy the tables were for me to sit there and be like, okay, how much for this one? And then how much for this one? Okay, how much for this one? And like, I don't like to do that, right? So I see, at least on your higher end ones, the value of having prices on your cards. Now, the downside of that was when I finally saw some cards that I liked, the price tag on them, he was willing to really, really come down on them. Now, again, these were like, one was a Rod Woodson auto for the Steelers, right? He played for the, yeah, I think that's who it was, Rod Woodson. Did he play for the Steelers at one point? It was like a majestic one. Did he play for the Raiders too? Am I thinking of the right guy? And then a Saquon Barkley auto. Like he had some like mid-range stuff like that. He was willing to come off those cards $30 each. So then that was right when I was ready to leave. I was on my way out the door. I'm like, I'm gonna take another route, like a lap around. And I ended up spending like $500 on singles then. Just like game use stuff, things like that. Elam and James Cook. And it's all repack stuff. But these are just ones I want to add in as bonuses, like game use stuff. Cool rookies like Roethlisberger, Randy Moss, things like that. Hassan Haskins and Rashad White. So I was able to find some where if you bought bulk, and that was my next thing, is if you buy bulk, definitely they will work with you. Karlaftis, Christian Watson, production line, Justin Jefferson. Yeah, Chris, I just literally opened it out of the box right before. Just the one distributor I order from, Corey. I don't know if they're like exclusives with them or what. I noticed the same thing. But hey, they worked out well for us the first one. Michael Vick. There's a Jordan Davis. And Brandon Smith. Is that who it was? Brandon Smith? That's it. Brandon Smith. The Panthers. I know. I don't know if they're exclusives to like distributors or dealers or what. It's the only place I saw them. I did see a couple at the show. That's one thing they did have at the show, was a lot of retail. But it was, again, very, very high. Aiden Hutchinson, Jamal Williams, and Jalen Ramsey. So you went to the show high, Jamie. I should have. It probably would have been more enjoyable. So shows to me used to be where you go to get deals. It wasn't the case. It was frustrating that way. But the nice thing was I was able to find some numbered stuff. You guys had said some low numbered stuff. Like I got us a numbered out of 10 Brady card, which I thought was really cool. That's going to make a cool repack. I'm not going to tell you it's the Bucks or the Pats. But like stuff like that, I was able to throw in a big bulk. You know, I bought a couple $150 purchases that had multiple items in it. I got a lot of different teams. I tried to spread out the teams that I got. Yeah, Corey, these cases are the only ones that I've seen them in. So one of the tips that I kind of picked up, if I could give a recommendation, if you're going to buy bulk like that, or you have, so I did the same thing I tell everyone to do. I walked around the whole show first. There was nothing I felt like I had to get right away. I have a Neil Quay Walker, and there's a Jonathan Taylor Threads. There was nothing I felt like, hey, I need to buy this right away. If there was something that was priced really well, or I felt like, oh, I don't want to miss out on this, I would have done it, but I walked around the whole show first. Kind of got my head wrapped around it. By that time, honestly, by the time I made it around the whole show, I was a little bit like mentally exhausted. There was so much going on. Shows can be that way. But the one thing I wanted to say I picked up is kind of take note, maybe even jot down on your phone or whatever where you saw things, if they have booth numbers or table numbers. Oh, I got this dude. I'll tell you one of the cards I got. Dolkic. Where'd he go? I got Genesis Dolkic. That was one I bought. So I did get Genesis. Oh, I'm looking at Brady rookies yet. Dude, their Brady rookies were all like $50 over comps. And they weren't even like, they were just standard cards. They weren't like, a lot of them were base. Some of them were graded, but their graded ones, like PSA 9s, were way, way over comps. I'll just order one. I wasn't going to, now again, would they have like, there's a Matt Corral. Would they have negotiated a little bit? Maybe. But even if they did, they would have been above or at comp still. Brian Burns, Darrell Henderson, and Derek Carr. Yeah, it's just a lot to take in at once. But anyhow, here's what I was going to say. I realized this. Buy in quantity, but buy in small quantity. And here's what I mean. Say you have like, I would say take the cards that you really want. Like say, I don't want to pass up on these 4 cards. Say, what will you give me on all 4 of these, right? And I've learned that if you say you want 8 from that stand and you say, what will you give me off of 8, these 8? They're probably going to knock off about the same as you would as if you say, hey, what will you give me off these 4? Take those 4, walk around, do your thing, see if you can get other deals. But if you want to go back and check those other ones out, you'll probably get an overall better discount if you make separate purchases. I noticed that when I went back to a stand. Like, if I would have wanted, like, say, $70 off of cards on one stack, he probably wouldn't have wanted to go 70 down on it. But if I went back and I got 40 off the first 3 cards, I got 30 off the second 2, I think the blow seems a little less. No autos, Corey, but we did pull the downtown, 2 crunch times, and like 7 patches. 6 patches, maybe. Did we pull an auto? We may have. A Bills player, I think. We pulled that Bills guy, right? That might have been in Zenith. I don't think we did pull any autos. Chris, the National is super overwhelming. So that was my other thing is that I was going to say is that a show like that is a lot. I would never make a show like that your first show unless it's your only option. It was only $15 to get in. But man, whoever ran that show had to be making bank because $600 a table, $15 a head. I don't know how they do the autographs, how they work those, but it was a little crazy. Ooh, that's a nice Ritter coming up. So obviously your big name cards brought in money, but the surprising thing was a lot of people were buying like your Garrett Wilsons, your Breece Halls, your Justin Jeffersons. Those cards are selling better than I thought, and not because they were priced great, but they seem to be, it used to be quarterbacks or bust. I did see a lot of action going on those offensive style players. Easy E and Kingsley and Von Miller. But one of the best things about shows is obviously like getting some of the things like I did, like game use stuff. If I were to buy those individually on eBay and pay $3-4 shipping for each, it wouldn't be possible. But to be able to go buy them in bulk, I was able to like really work it. I'll grab a few and see here if I have time, or maybe I'll save it for next break, kind of get them organized. They're still in my bag. That's how crazy it's been since we got back. We got back really late last night. Olave and Kyler Gordon. And there's a Velus Jones canvas. Well, that's cool. Yeah, if you get a chance to go, you should always go. But it can be overwhelming. Derek Stingley, and there's a Josh Allen press proof red. Skoenrek. This isn't what I wanted to do coming back, Corey. You know what I wanted to do. I wanted to bust some hockey and in the game used and some Leaf Lumber hockey, but I don't think we could fill it last night. We couldn't quite get the crowd for it. And then I had ordered 3 of these cases. They were waiting for me when I got back. So I wanted to get one of these done too. Hopefully. Dougie's selling one. I told Dougie I may have to buy some off of him for Chasers because the card show wasn't happening. And the thing is, you'll see like a deal every now and then on a card, and you'll like at a card show, and then if you look closely at it, you're like, that's why it's a deal. Like a really bad corner, and you wonder like, how's this card sitting there, right? Like how's $180 card priced at $175 because I didn't even see one like that. They were priced like at comp. And then you look at it and you're like, it's bad, you know, that's why it's not graded. There was a good mix of graded and ungraded cards. A lot of baseball being sold. A lot of people buy baseball, but baseball seems, you know, a lot of even the nicer hits in baseball are cheaper. You can get some of the big names in baseball for fraction of the price you can get some of the big names in football. Jamie, did the Mint, did they have a good corporate presence? Like, was Panini walking around? Did they have a good stand? I saw you could pay like 600. Oh wow, Dougie, we should talk. That's awesome. And Doug, you want to get rid of those. McCreary and Pickens. I am excited for a new release this week. Limited comes out this week. But you know, you go to those shows and you do see that a couple different things. Collectors are spending money, right? But they're also selling. There was a lot of trading. And oh, here's the other thing too. I did not go to that trade night. There we go. 47 out of 50. Of course, it's told by Rookie Revolution. But you saw like they had like the cafe section where there were like tables and stuff to eat. There were people there trading and selling all day long, all day. So, and that got really crowded over there. So, you know, Jamie, to answer your question earlier, I would always take your stuff if you feel comfortable carrying it around, because why not? I mean, you never know. I couldn't believe how many dealers stop people walking and be like, "Are you selling?" Again, here we go. It's going to be Earl Campbell for the Titans. Who guessed Earl? Anybody? Anybody guess Earl Campbell? No? It doesn't mean we're done. I've heard there can be multiple downtowns in these cases. We got Earl Campbell downtown. Going out to Douglas on the random. Doug, you want this in a mag? I'll put it in a mag for you. I'm sure you do want it in a mag. You'll take it in a mag. There you go. Downtown. I'll buy more hockey when I get rid of the lumber that I have. I don't know if I can do hockey. I don't know if we have the group for it. I was hoping we did. I took a chance and bought some of the goods, you know, at least the game used stuff. There we go. Micah Parsons and a Matt Corral, the rookies. Dude, that's so funny. I had to explain to my wife that situation because she asked who was the most recent team in the NFL. Who is the most recent NFL team? Is it the Jaguars? It was the Texans, but then the Jags came in, right? And I could be way wrong. I actually didn't even look it up. I acted like I knew the answer. I thought it was the Jags after the Texans. 2002 were the Texans. So the Jags were... But I was telling her how when we first broke, there were a few guys that would get really upset about that. Jags were before the Texans. There were a few guys that were upset. I think there were the Jags in 99. Let's get another downtown. Oh, all right. So now that we pulled one, let me tell you. The cards that were the most overpriced compared to comps, and there weren't that many, downtowns and kabooms. I mean, and you didn't see that many. I saw more downtowns than kabooms. I didn't see any big name kabooms. I saw some basketball and like some WWE, or not WWE, some UFC kabooms. I don't know if I saw any football kabooms. Oh, here we go. Numbered out of 100. Another one for the Titans. Rookie Revolution getting some numbered stuff here. Oh, I didn't know that. Jags and Panthers came in the same year. I did not know that. But yeah, the downtowns and kabooms, like the cheapest kaboom I could find, and I don't know, I didn't comp a lot of them, so I don't know what like even like a Earl Campbell goes for. Oh, there we go. Rain Dakota Prescott, going out to them boys. Jeffrey Guffey, that is a full name. I'm gonna write it on here just so you know, in case you didn't watch. There, he got a different first name. Rain Dakota Prescott. I would grade these if they look good. Those are ones that are going to do well if you get a PSA 10 on them. There's not going to be a high count on them. But yeah, I just couldn't believe how high some of those downtowns and kabooms went for. Burks and Booth, and I guess I really never stopped to look at them to see how they were priced. But now that I was going to get them for repack, you know, I was like, all right, I've got to find one. There's a TJ Watt Elite Series, but I couldn't spend the money on some of the names, and the ones that were good. Some of the names, like there was a Brady one, he wanted $1,800 for it. It was graded. Kingsley, Green, and Danny Gray. But I checked the comps. It was actually like $100 over comps, whatever, or was Easy based on that all app. Brett Favre and Von Miller. But still, I mean, $200 over comps. And I'm sure he would have came down on it. He was the same guy I bought that Josh Allen from. He only came $25. I showed him comps on the Allen was $350. He wouldn't budge off of $375. And to be perfectly honest, I just bought it. I mean, I would have had to pay tax to get it off of eBay as well. And I wanted it then and there. I've been looking for that card forever, so it was finally cool to see that. But again, I showed him, hey, comps to 350. He's like, I don't care. He goes, I'm from Buffalo. I don't care if I sell it. But it's on the way out. I showed you guys that video of that Josh Allen jersey with the video inside the frame. Those things were gross, like so gross. So that one was $2,000 the way it was, which I don't think was bad. When you see what Josh Allen autos cost to get alone, but they do that frame for $800 is what they'll frame if you provide the pictures and the jersey. They'll provide the digital content, everything. They'll do it. I thought $800 was fair, but it's still a lot for a frame. They're actually close to me. Oh, there's a Brock Purdy and Jalen Tolbert. I was surprised how many Purdy cards there were already. Not really graded raw, but I didn't see a lot move, which made me believe people were really high on them. I didn't ask for any, and I didn't see any with prices. So probably one of the ones that were like, we're going to leave a price off of them and see what we can get. Hey, there we go. We got Cam Taylor-Britt and Daubs. Do you have any crunch times, Corey? Jason Mello with the crunch time Elway. Josh Allen. Yeah, that dude's trash. He needs some receivers so he can be good. Shoot, there was something. Oh, yeah. So, anyhow, I stopped at a couple memorabilia like stands. I'll tell you what, it's crazy how cheap some of the memorabilia stuff is. Like a Justin Herbert autograph, gorgeous framed photo, like $450. But if I want one of his like base rated rookie graded at, not base, but like number graded rookies at 10, you know, what I'm paying for it is insane. And I'm like, this picture's so cool. I thought about getting some. The problem is the same reason they won't ship them from there. There's a Sam Howell and Alec Pierce press proof. They won't ship because of how dangerous it is to ship those things. And my local hobby shop told me that as well. He's like, we just stopped getting them because they're too hard. They get dinged up too easy in shipping. So So on the way out, one of the guys I talked to at the memorabilia stand, this is what I was getting at. One of the guys I talked to at the memorabilia stand, on the way out, I was like, man, prices are so high in there. He goes, that seems to be what everyone's saying. I said, I mean, cards are moving, but they seem to be a lot of trade and cash or a lot of negotiation going on. He goes, yeah, we've heard a lot of people say. He goes, it is early. This is early in the day. So on the way out, he goes, hey, did you make out? Did you find anything? I said, I found a few things, nothing like high end. It was a little expensive. He goes, it seems to be of a little bit of a show and tell, like a show off contest, because guys were okay leaving cards sit in their cases. And maybe that's what it is. Like, ooh and ah at my stand. I think that's part of it. When I went to the National, it was crazy because there would be guys that have now the National is a couple $1,000s a table depending on where you're at. But there was a guy with a whole table full of like Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle autographs, real cool stuff. And I can't tell you while I was walking by how many guys were like, oh, how much was it? He goes, that none of this stuff's for sale. And they're like, I just waited to listen. I'll never forget. He was like, yeah, I just brought it to kind of show. He goes, I mean, I'll always listen to offers, but it'd have to be. So, I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like card shows at that level, there are a few guys, like there were two young guys, and I heard them frustrated, like no one's walking through our section and stuff. I'm like, there's people all over. They had like 8 cards out. And I think their prices they had high-end cards, but they had 8 cards, like 8 to 10 cards out. I'm like, why are you here? Sell these online. Linderbaum, Tyreek Hill. But I think it might, who knows? Maybe it was from the area. It was their first show. Daxton Hill, Wan'Dale Robinson. And there's a Joe Burrow, Gridiron King. Man, a lot of his stuff I saw. And, like, not horrible prices. Again, above comps, but he was the one that tempted me the most. Desmond Ridder, Trayvon Diggs, and OBJ. Dude, what's going on? First of all, what the heck's going on with Lamar? Is he going to play this year? I mean, it's about, like, we're in this kind of dead zone with football right now, and I think that's kind of like, we're in, like, the worst time outside of, like, that one short dead zone between, the draft, or between rookie minicamp and regular minicamp, where it's, like, also dead. But, I think that's why breaks kind of, a lot of places, they're slowing down a tad. We're kind of waiting to see what happens in the draft. I mean, we're not even seeing players move. Fans of the game, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Spiller, and Jermaine Johnson. Caden, in the Blasters, not really a ton. It's the crunch times, the downtowns, the patches, things like that you're hunting for. I mean, you can pull them. They're very rare. But we're really hunting for those case hits like we got the Earl Campbell. But we're 24 days, so like 3 weeks and a couple days away from the draft. We're going to do some crazy, I want to do a couple crazy draft breaks. Maybe do some prizes. We'll definitely do our start of our fantasy spots. I know it's early, but we'll definitely do some of our season-long Yahoo redraft leagues, not the DK ones, or the FanDuel ones. So we'll do some spots with that. Corey, have you seen a lot of autos come out of the holiday ones? I haven't watched any of the other ones. Have you seen autos come out of the holiday ones? Oh, I thought we had another downtown. Kyle Emerson and Drake London on the track. We got Burkhead. We'll do something a little bit nicer. Someone said Doug was saying about doing a Contenders one box, Sky Moore and Ebiketie. And there's an Alec Pierce. Jameson Williams and Joe Mixon Press Proof and Stafford. I think the Rams have like all those. Oh yeah, that's why the champ is here. That's why. I was like, how did the Rams have so many of those cards? Channing Tindall, Bo Melton, and there's the Derek Carr. So it's just there's not a lot in Blasters, which is why I like the Zenith Blasters, but people didn't seem like they were huge fans of him. Carson Strong, Zamir White. Can I tell you whose cards were surprisingly inexpensive? I didn't buy any because I didn't know how they do with repack. they were all of his former team. It was Christian McCaffrey on the Carolina Panthers. Brandon Smith and Jordan Davis. Is there like obviously some bad blood there or something? Not like he chose to leave or anything. But like, I mean, I saw some like decent ones as low as like $70. Like nothing like that blew your mind, but still, that's Christian McCaffrey. It's not like he has a ton of autos out there. I did not see one Lamar Jackson auto. I did see his Over the Horizon card, which is so nice. It was a PSA 9. As a matter of fact, I went back to it a couple times, and I almost pulled the trigger. Ultimately, I just don't know what's going on with him, and I was afraid I had more of a chance for it to go down than up. So I just stayed away from it. If I post something else tonight, what do you guys want to see tonight? I said I would do one box PYT if we wanted to keep it cheap, you know, teams under $10, things like that. But what would you guys want? Hello. We have holes in our ceiling down here, dude. This construction needs to be over. Quay Walker and Breece Hall. Pierre Strong, Evan Neal. And there's a Gabe Davis. I did buy a Zay Jones card. A Zay Jones card. Can you believe it? All those Zay Jones I have, and I bought one. Devontae Wyatt, Travis Jones, and John Mechie. Do you want to see the Zay Jones card I bought? Algier, and there's another Matt Corral. He seems to be the guy that wants to hang out here. There's a Trayvon Walker. That is the rated rookie canvas, first pick. His cards were pricey. I mean, they were higher end ones, but I was shocked. D'Angelo Malone, Quinnen Williams, and Sony Michel. Oh, I think I did post a picture of that one I got. Brisker, and there's a Bailey Zappi. People must know that he's not going to play or something. Because his cards are like... There was one I was following on eBay. It's alright, Chris. Nobody wants to see. I know this isn't a super fun break. This isn't the way I wanted to come back. I wanted to save this for like one of our late night ones, and we just do it late night while we're drinking and taking shots. Which I have 2 more cases. We'll do. I want us to continue to buy into these for the downtowns and crunch times. We still have 7, 8, 9 left. We can pull more. I imagine we at least get another crunch time. Hopefully another downtown. But, I lost my train of thought here. They hurt my feelings, Chris, when they didn't want to see my sweet buffalo patch. Only thing that would have made it better if it was Nathan Peterman. It's got a big chunk of the buffalo on it, and it's out of certified, numbered to 10. It's probably that one I cheated out of on a break, and I just bought it finally. Since 2017. Did you really, Chris? I still think he could end up playing someday in the league. Like, not full-time, but like, and not quite Ryan Fitzpatrick level, but to the point where he wins a game or two and kind of at least changes his name in the league. I mean, he's got to be doing something right in order to be sticking around after, you know, everything he's went through. One of the things that's cracking me up right now is like this whole Lamar talk where it's like, and listen, I think Lamar is a scary player. I don't want him in our division, but this whole thing is like, how is Lamar not signed when all these other quarterbacks aren't asking for, can we just stop? Like, let's take it. It's not just Lamar's not signed. Let's take into account the fact that the guy he doesn't even care if he gets how many million a year. He wants more guaranteed overall than Deshaun. So essentially, what is it like? He wants like $250 million guaranteed. It could be over 10 years or whatever. But I don't know what all he's officially asking for. But it just seems insane that's a lot of years and a lot of money. What was it for, Corey? And did you open it? See, thank you for talking. I'm getting bored talking to myself here. Jordan Davis, Carson Strong. You guys got to talk to me. I missed y'all so much. I want to share more about the card show. I knew I'd kind of be all over the place. Brandon Smith, and there's this Sauce Gardner. Garrett Wilson, his cards are pretty decent. Now, that's Sauce. I mean, I didn't see a lot of his, but Garrett Wilson was demanding a bit of money. Sky Moore, and here we got a James Cook rookie phenom for the Bills going to Andrew Vodegal. Little bit of bump in the patch there. It's gold around there. I thought, oh, that's a rookie phenom. That's why. Probably worth it, right, Corey? If you get the right card out of those packs, or did you flip the pack, or are you opening it? People had those for sale at the show. I was half tempted to just buy one because I'll never get one. Yeah, so are you just gonna flip it? So far, we got the Crunch Time Elway. We got our 2 case hits or short prints. When you talk about Crunch Time, is 2 retired players, John Elway and Earl Campbell. But like I said, man, those downtowns, it's nuts the money they were demanding. Yeah, it's weird. Like, some people were getting them for, like, George Kittle redemptions. And I saw one guy said he got it for, I forget, it was a pretty... And it wasn't like they're like, oh, we'll give you 3 Sparkle packs. It was like, across the board, you get a pack, you get a pack. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it was just 1 per, redemption. It didn't matter who it was. Skylar Thompson and David Bell. Perion Winfrey, and there's a K-Dub and a Dawson Knox. Drake Jackson, Calvin Austin. We haven't seen a Kenny Pickett yet, have we? That's crazy. So that's like my thing. All these people saying, oh, I bought the last blaster, look what I got. Don't believe that nonsense. I mean, we're actually opening a sealed case, and that's what they do in those stores, right? We got a Brett Favre, Tyquan Thornton, and Logan Hall. People, you don't know how many they bought, how many they opened. I swear those people just troll. Half the time they didn't even they found an empty blaster. It's like, found like a losing lottery ticket and then showed that with their 1 winner. But like 2 tickets and look what I won. Eddie George. Come on, give us one more good one here. Batty and Sanders. Wow, is that how low the Sparkle packs are down? Weren't they going for like $250 when they came out? Wow, I kind of wish I would have asked what they were looking for. Yeah, Corey, take that over. Honest to God, I'll buy a spot. I might buy 2 and have you open it for me live. Matter of fact, if you post it and you don't mind grabbing 2 spots for me, I'll absolutely do that. Better yet, maybe I'll put it in the repack if I win it. I'd be interested in that. That's a good price. I can't believe that hasn't sold yet. Do you have bad feedback or something? Lauren's up there painting that room that we never finished the other week because we left the next day. I feel bad. I'm down here doing this, but I had to get some blazing time. Lewis Sign and Alec Pierce and Debo. We'll get back at it tonight. We'll post something cool tonight. Like I said, I want to get shipping taken care of. That's the most important thing to me. Kyron Williams, and there's a Sam Howell. Still no Pickett. Alec Pierce, that should sell pretty quickly. David Bell and Cameron Thomas, and there is a Malik Willis. That is a canvas no helmet. It's a nice one. Oh, come on, tell me it's a crunch time. Skylar Thompson, Micah Parsons, Taylor Rapp, Tyquan Thornton. I would like to see at least another crunch time. Maybe a downtown, like Perion Winfrey, and there's a K-Dub. We still got 6 left. Seeing them at about 80. I said, I can't afford a degenerate night here at Blazing this week. I got too much going on. Maybe on Maybe Friday night. Should we post like a... No, we got to save a big one for draft. Maybe we should go back and do like a 20... We haven't opened 21 in a while. Should we do like a 21 random teams or something? No one gave me any feedback on what they want. Yeah, there's no print run on the base cards, Chris. If you get like the numbered card out of it, it's great. But like, they're not all numbered, right? They can just be base sparkles. There's no way we'll afford or fill a 2020. Would we? Maybe we would. 2018. Bailey Zappi. Malone. There were... You know who I looked for? The one guy that someone mentioned. Check out, you said Jordan Love. I could not believe... I mean, he must be high right now. The people selling him were definitely high. Is it because people are assuming Rodgers is definitely done there and that it's going to be Love's job and that he's going to tear up all of a sudden? Because his cards were ridiculous. Rashad White, Khair Elam, and Kenneth Walker, Rookie Revolution. His cards were just nonsense. Christian Watson, Hassan Haskins, Treylon Burks, Kings. Karlaftis. We got Terry McLaurin, Van Jefferson, and Chris Olave. We got a Malik Willis there and a Snoop Connor. And that's all she wrote on that one. Come on, give us one more downtown. Oh, the Jordan Love. Yeah, I mean, to me, he's a hold now. So I get why people didn't want to just let him go. I think that Allen and Herbert and Burrow right now, compared to what their prices were just a year ago and what they were selling, are probably your best bet. But again, they're still so expensive. It's a lot of money to put up front. The one guy there had so many nice Allens. They were all 7K or higher. All graded. We got a downtown Earl Campbell, a Crunch Time Elway, couple patch cards, couple numbered cards, a bunch of rated rookie quarterbacks. No Kenny Pickett yet. But overall, not as good as when you pull a downtown on your first blaster. We still have 4 left, Jeff. I said I wish we would have picked something a little bit more exciting to kick it off. Not that I don't like this. This is fun to do. I like downtown hunting, crunch time hunting, but I wish we would have kicked it off with something a little bit more exciting. Tyndall and Melton. And there's a Zappy Rookie Revolution. They were doing some card autograph authentication and submissions of cards there. You could hand it off. Ebiketie, Jamison Williams, and Aaron Jones. But they weren't doing actually any grading on site there. Sky Moore and Emerson. We may be putting out that pack sooner than I thought, though. The repack, the way I adjusted my plan. I would like to actually have it, we said, by the start of the season. I'd like to maybe have one, like a small set around by draft time. That's the hope. Kenyon Green, Matt Stafford, and Sony Michel. Treylon Burks, Andrew Booth, and Mike Singletary. And that's all she wrote there. 4 more to go. We will do 2 $5 hitless credits at the end. We count the crunch times and the downtowns as hit and the blaster breaks. Anybody do any mock drafts yet? Like my brother who has like 4 or 5 NFL mock drafts under his belt. Oh, we do still got to fill our fantasy baseball league too. We have 7 spots in. We got to do 8 spots. So we'll get a baseball break posted up this week as well. Once I get my all your stuff fully shipped tomorrow, my head will be a little bit more clear to think through things. If it wasn't for Dougie pressing me this week, we probably wouldn't be breaking today at all. I needed another day to get caught up, but he's been pressing. Pierre Strong, Evan Neal, Kenneth Walker, Gridiron Kings. Travis Jones. There's a Daniel Jones. Didn't see a lot of his stuff. 1 booklet rookie. And, well, speaking of booklet rookies, Chris, what did you think of that price on that field? There's a Matt Corral and a nice Desmond Ritter Elite Series. I sent a Fields booklet. It was nice. It was out of Playbook. Was it Origins? It was Origins. Out of 2. Big, cool Nike swoosh. Autograph. It was his rookie. He wanted $2K on it. I felt like that was a bit much, but I get it. Dolkich and Shakir. Come on, can we get another crunch time or downtown, please? Sauce. Another Desmond Ritter coming up. There's a Breece Hall and Quay Walker. And another Desmond Ritter here. It's going to be a Cosmic. Oh, nice. Numbered out of 100 for the Falcons. Cosmic Vortex going out to Dougie. There you go. Oh, I sent it in that update chat. Josh guessed 500. I was like, yeah, way off on it. And then when he said 1K, and when I told him 2K, it was like not even close, man. Where are we getting this price at? But I guess if it's your card. I went in there with the thought of, boxes are expensive. I'll just buy some singles. And when it came down to actually looking at the price of some of the cards that come out of there, I get why some of these boxes still hold good value. There were people buying them. I didn't see any major purchases personally, but I saw things online of guys who bought stuff from the shows this weekend. 8K cards, 10K cards. All right, 3 more to go. Although the base event doesn't ship, there are a ton of cards that ship out of this. We got a massive stack next to me here. Yeah, but $2,000 for that, Chris. I guess, if he hits, definitely. But I think you're buying with the intent that that's going to go up to that. Kind of like they, and who knows? Would have you maybe done like 1,700 if I fought for it? I wish I would have tried to negotiate more for some things. But I was there in the morning. And that's the other thing. Next time I'll go later in the day. Guys seem like very, very much, and I've always said this to people. Guys seem much more eager to negotiate Christian Harris, Tyron Davis Price later in the day than they were earlier in the day. Dotson, Boye Mafe, Rookie Revolution, Damian Pierce. What the heck's going on up there? Khalil Shakir, and there it is, finally, a Kenny Pickett. Oh, I got a really cool game-used card of his. The bus. I got a cool game-used Cordell Stewart. Dolkich, I told you I got that Galactic, or not Galactic, is that what they're called? Genesis. Sauce and Fedarius Mathis and Eric Weddle. Yeah, so we're about to get hit with some good product. We're coming on the good stuff here in 2022. Limited comes out this week, and then I think it's like every week over the next 6-7 weeks is a release. So, and from my experience with breaking, is when products come out back to back like that, cards tend to sell, but there's a lot more money moving. There's money that gets put into the hobby, and then because of that, people can buy cards. They hit a card out of one thing, they'll trade or buy or trade. There's a lot more action. I think that's part of the problem. We haven't had consistent releases And the 3 that we had back to back to back were like Honors, which is super pricey. And I've seen some, I'm kind of glad I didn't buy the case of Origins. One was offered to me at slightly below cost. Or like below what they were market, I should say. Like, what was it, like $800 a box? It wasn't FOTL. But I've seen some boxes that have produced such just devastating returns. Ooh, it's a crunch time. Let's save it. Yeah, I think that's a crunch time back there. Tyler Gordon, Trayvon Walker. So yeah. Chris Olave. There's some good stuff coming out though, and I think it will cycle. Brian Robinson, Derek Stingley, and there is a Ed Reed, and here we go. Here's our stack. Should be a crunch time at the end here. And what I mean when I say money circulating, like it's been hard, I think, for a lot of us to fill Razes or to fill things or sell cards. I think when like it was Honors, Prism, Obsidian, it was a lot of expensive stuff at once. Aaron Donald, Action All Pros. All right, here comes our crunch time. I believe from the looks of it. I hope I'm not wrong. Oh, it's not. It's a production line. Jamar Chase. Still a cool card. I got to top load that Justin Jefferson one. Yeah, Hurts has some reasonable ones, but he has some very, very, like, his cards are kind of all over the place. Some of his graded ones are a lot more. Damn it, I was hoping that was a crunch time that whole time. All right, this is our last one. This one not quite as good as our last one, unless it gets saved here maybe with a downtown or a crunch time. But still, like by having us the opportunity to get a guaranteed downtown, well, so far, at least one per case, it does make the rip a little bit fun. No one told me if they want to see anything else tonight. I don't know. Don't know what if we'll do anything else or not. Dougie did say 1 box PYTs. You guys feel good about that? There's a Wilson and Logan Hall and a Jamar Chase franchise futures. We got Batty and the Romeo Doubs press proof and David Long. Danny Gray, Majay Sanders, and the Kobe Dean. I know. What is this? A baseball break, Wes? Oh, and we got one. There's a Walker and a Thompson. We did get one full name per each case, too, that we've had. Calvin Austin, Perrion Winfrey, the rookie Romeo Doubs. The rookies. And it's going to be Tyquan Thornton, Drake Jackson, and a Treylon Burks rookie revolution. So only one crunch time. We had 2 in the last one, and the Josh Allen downtown. This time we did get our downtown. We did get a John Elway crunch time. Last time I forget who they were. They do have numbered versions of these, but these are cool just looking on their own. All right, let's recap. Now, again, although the vet base don't ship, there are quite a few cards that do. We got all these are rookies and inserts and anything that was not vet base. We got, these are our non-hit top-loaded cards here. Random 21, Don. All right. Production line, Jamar Chase, Kenny Pickett rated rookie, Matt Corral rated rookie, Desmond Ridder full Elite Series. This one's the Vortex Desmond Ridder out of 100. Rookie Revolution, Zappy base, Willis, Howe, Malik Willis canvas, Coral, Trayvon Walker canvas, Bailey Zappi, Ritter, there's a Purdy, Sam Howe, Alec Pierce, full name Dak Prescott, Rain Dakota Prescott, Malik Willis out of 100. We had the Matt Corral, the Rookie Revolution, this is Cubic out of 50 for the Cowboys. Vortex Desmond Ritter, Press Proof Allen, Coral, and a Desmond Ritter canvas. Dude, these like all these cards are sweet here. These different parallels, Cosmic, and Cubic. We did get two, a Ritter and a Willis, which is two pretty good cards there. And then, of course, we had the full name Dak. Our patches are going to go to the Buffalo Bills. The Phenom going out to James Cook. He's going to have to tear it up this year. We had the Jonathan Taylor, another running back for the Indianapolis Colts, going out to Caden. You got a patch there, Caden. And the Aaron Rodgers to the Green Bay Packers going out to Carl. We had the Crunch Time, which will count as a hit, to the Denver Broncos. Jason Mello getting the Crunch Time Elway. And then our downtown was Earl Campbell for the Tennessee Titans going out to Douglas. I don't know if I trust what's going on up there. There's a lot of nonsense by daughter and father up there. I'm going to go up to a different color than we picked. All right. Top 2 and $5 hitless credits. Again, we'll do something fun tonight. I know that wasn't like really what everyone was hoping for as far as we did get it downtown. That's fun. Current names always seem a little bit more exciting. Here we go. Top 2 $5 hitless credits. Good luck, y'all. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to be the Cleveland Browns and Seattle Seahawks. That is going to go to Michael Williamson and Dougie Berger, each with a $5 hitless credit. Again, let me get this cleaned up. I want to still I got a lot to do with shipping it so we can go out tomorrow morning. I don't know. I'll debate between a 2022 one-box PYT or a 2021 random. We'll see. Till then, we'll catch up more soon. Appreciate y'all popping in. I miss y'all. Gotta get my head clear. We'll be back to normal soon, all right? Peace.